Y'all can go. I'm just whenever y'all ready.
No.
Good. Are you doing one-on-one or is it a group?
No, it's everybody. And we're live. Good afternoon, Prep News family. We're here live. Thibodaux High School, home of the Tigers. It's the Thibodaux Tigers football official media day. Media members include Jared Rouser. Right? Did I get that right? Roser, sorry. Chris Singleton. Yes, sorry already. And myself reporting for Prep News, Hobart Grayson. At the podium now, first is head coach Dre Trosclair. Good afternoon, coach. Awesome. Glad to have you. Glad to have you with us on today. First year, coach. First year here at Thibodaux. On first thought, what was your thoughts on being hired here as a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to come back home, born and raised here my whole life. So I'm just really excited about the opportunity to come in and take over what I think is a really good football program and try to get it back to, the heights that it was back in the early 90s, when they were winning state championships and things like that. So that's going to be the goal. That's always going to be our focus and what we're striving to do every single day. But the first 6 months, 7 months, I love it here. The kids are great. They work hard. I got a great coaching staff, got a great administration and support system that is really behind athletics, and they kind of see the same vision that I see. So I think it's a really good match, and I think we're going to go a long way.
How much does it help knowing that you grew up from Bayou? You know the families, the kids. Obviously, when you took the job, you might not know the current crop, but you probably knew their fathers or their uncles or probably played with a lot of them. How does that help? Knowing that you're familiar, you're a Thibodaux guy, Thibodaux.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool thing, just being back home and, having familiarity with a lot of the families, like you said, and just, knowing relatives and things like that of guys and, kind of seeing people that you knew back when that are, they got kids in school now. So it's been a cool experience, man, and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I think it's just a really good fit for me, really good fit. I love being back home.
We talked a couple weeks ago. It's a young group overall, and you'll have a lot of production to replace. How does that process go of getting guys up to speed when you know that there's not every Friday in Louisiana football?
Yeah, so especially with our schedule, we got a tough schedule. There's no easy games. But yeah, we got a lot of young guys. But we got a lot of talented guys. So it's just a maturity process. The quicker that these guys can mature, the better football team we're going to be. And I think we're on our way. We've had a really good summer, man. We've improved a ton since the spring. Coming out of the spring game, we definitely had some holes and we had some things to fix. And heading into, early August, heading into, first week of September, we played Letcher September 1st. We got about 3 or 4 weeks to get ready to go. And I think our guys are going to be ready to go, when it's time to be ready. We're trying to put things together offensively and defensively right now, and we're finally starting to see all of that work that we've been putting in start to, really pay off with some of the young guys. They're getting their timing down offensively. The defense is communicating a lot better. But yeah, we got 16 starters to replace. We lost 9 on offense and 7 on defense. So it's a lot of youth taking over in these starting roles. But it's guys that have been chomping at the bit, ready to go, and just waiting for their number to be called. So, I'm excited to see them go play, but they're just as excited to get out there and produce and show that they're a really good football player as well.
How do you get guys to forget 4 and 6 and work towards one game at a time going into the new season when maybe, sometimes 4 and 6 is hard to get over when, like you just said, you lost 16 seniors and now guys aren't sure if they can step up and fill that bill. How do you get the guys more confident moving forward into the season?
Yeah, so something that we've been preaching every single day is just making sure we get 1% better every single day. So we're just trying to stack good days on top of one another. And I think if we do that, we're going to put ourselves in position to be a really good football team. And then the 4 and 6 thing, we've used it as motivation. Nobody, in our locker room right now has been to the playoffs since they've been here. So that's a huge thing that we've talked about every day in the weight room, during conditioning, at practice. We make sure we harp on it, and we make sure they remember you just got done going 4 and 6. Nobody in this room has experienced what a playoff atmosphere feels like on a Friday night. So our guys are hungry to have that experience and see what it's about. So I think really and truly, I think that's actually a beneficial thing that we didn't have a great year last year, because it gives them something to work towards and something to not want to, duplicate. So yeah, we just use it as a motivational tool, but we just want to stack good days on top of good days, and we've been doing that. We just tell the guys we can't have 2 bad days in a row. We can have as many good days in a row as we want, but as long as we don't have back-to-back bad ones and we come back after a bad day and have a really good day to make up for it, in the long run, we're going to be all right. So we've had a great summer, though. We had great turnout. The participation's been good. The attendance has been good. And now, heading into fall camp, it's exciting time now because these guys are chomping at the bit to go play somebody else because we've been seeing a whole lot of each other for a long time now, especially in the spring game, did an inter squad because we weren't ready to go play somebody else yet. I didn't think so. Installing a new offense, installing a new defense, new special teams. We've got 3 different coordinators that weren't here last year. So I didn't want to go out and take away confidence levels in what we're doing in our systems by going and play somebody before we were ready. So I think that was a beneficial thing, just going against each other and making sure we can keep things at the tempo that we wanted to see it. And it's been good, man. It's been fun. And I'm really looking forward to 2 weeks going to play somebody else when we scrimmage South Terrebonne on the 17th.
Like I say, without going through all the players, who are the leaders you see, the main guys who you think would be the ones that you're going to be counting on every Friday to lead this season?
Yeah, so we actually voted on team captains yesterday. And we got 2 on defense, 2 on offense. Our 2 offensive team captains, Skylar Morris, he's our starting left tackle, he's a senior, and our starting center, Jackson Granier, he's a junior. And then defensively, Rashad Jackson, he's a returning starter on the defensive side. He's a senior and linebacker. And Brad Leonard, he's an outside linebacker, kind of strong safety, hybrid type. He's a senior as well. So, those 4 guys got named captains yesterday, and that really do things the right way. So I think the group of guys that we have in that locker room did a good job voting and producing the team captains that, as a coaching staff, I think we probably would have picked the same 4 guys. And it shows that they're really understanding what we're trying to do with our program and what we're trying to establish, and making sure that, being here every day, being committed, being accountable is really important. It's not so much as if you're a great player or who is the player. It's more so, just those guys getting after it and being ready to go.
Who's a guy or 2 that maybe not a lot of people outside of this building or this community know that you've just been impressed with strides you've seen from them this offseason? Think they're ready for a step forward or surprise some people, just step into a bigger role?
Yeah, so I think obviously our quarterback, he is a sophomore, number 2, Braden Beck now. He was in a quarterback competition in the spring, and, throughout the summer and, fall camp so far early on, he's going to be the guy who is going to take over for us at that spot. And in the spring game, if you watch the spring game, you come to watch him practice, it's night and day where he was then to where he is now. So he's made tremendous strides. And I think it just came with reps. He was a beginner. It's a new offense. It's a new system. We're trying to get used to each other, figure out terminology. He needs to know where his guys are. He's not sure when they're going to break off routes and things like that. So I think just the progression and timing standpoint from the quarterback position, he's done a great job there. And then another guy, who's done a great job, I can say it about our entire secondary. But, Keelan False, he's a guy that just signed or committed to North Alabama 2 weeks ago, and he's a corner for us, a senior. He's worked his tail off all summer. He's worked his tail off in the spring. He's a really good player. And then the 2 safeties on the back end, Tyler England and Lawrence Bangura, both of those guys have been camping all summer, putting up really good numbers everywhere they've been. And they've had really great summers in the weight room, changed their bodies up a lot. So, defensively, those are probably the 3 guys that, stood out and that people don't really necessarily know about, but I think are going to have a really big impact on our football team this season.
So you talked about the 90s. How do you get that 90s swag back, that I want to play for Thibodaux High, that I don't want to be in the stands watching. I want to be out there playing. I want to play for Coach Dre. How do you get that back?
I think people are attracted to winning. So I think the first and foremost point of that is we got to win. We got to win football games. We got to put something out there that the kids can be proud of and that the community is going to be proud of, because that's going to get everybody rallying around us. And it goes back to what it was back then when they were winning a bunch of football games. We want the stands to be packed, but they're not going to come pack the stands if you're not winning on Friday nights. They'll support it because Thibodaux is a great town. It's a great community. They'll be out here win, lose, or draw, but it's not going to be the standing room only type stuff on the track where you can't fit another butt in the stands until we start winning consistently and winning the games that we're supposed to win. Just like I said, we got a tough schedule. We play a really stiff competition, in the non-district slate. 3 out of the 4 teams that we play in non-district went to the semifinals or past the semifinals last year. And then including in our own district, we got 2 teams that were semifinal teams as well. So we got a tough slate, but, I think we're a good football team too. So that's the thing. When I say winning games that we're supposed to win, I think, we're the 5A football team playing some of these 4A, 3A schools that are really good 4A and 3A schools. But in my opinion, we should be the team that comes out on top in those games, and it just hadn't been that way. So I think once we turn the corner on that and we win some of the games that we're supposed to be winning, then we'll get Thibodaux back to where it once was.
Coach, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this temperature. July 2023, hottest month in the history of present time.
Yeah.
4 days into August, 3 of those days have been over 100 degrees. What are you guys doing as far as keeping the kids hydrated, making sure that they keep it on their mind to hydrate when they're away from your guys' eyes? How do you guys fit that into practice and just making sure guys are not getting overheated so you won't have a medical emergency here at the school?
Yeah, so we have actually adjusted our practice time. We adjusted the time that we were going. So initially talking about July, in July at the tail end of it, we switched up we were going from 8 to 11 with the 3 different groups that we have coming in. And we started coming in about 6:45 in the morning until about 9:45, 10 o'clock, because we were doing our trainer does a really good job with the wet ball temperature and things like that. So he makes sure we know exactly where we are with those things. So around 10 o'clock is when we kept having to come off the field because it was getting to the temperature where, we're mandated to get off. So we just moved things up about an hour and a half in the mornings, and that's what we started doing once school was out of session. But getting into school coming up this week, we've adjusted our game plan, and we're not going to start practicing until about 5:30 in the evening to where it gets cooler, because we did the same thing. So we go out there every day, check the temperature around 3, you can't get out there. Too hot. 4, can't get out there. 5 o'clock, it comes down enough to where we'll be able to get on the field. So we're not going to sell ourselves short and just call it a day and say, oh, we're not practicing. We'll do some stuff with those guys in the weight room, in the film room, on the board, installing some stuff, and then we'll release them, let them go eat, let them go hydrate, bring them back in the afternoon, and then continue practice later on to the evening.
If things persist the way they are throughout the month of August, is practicing in the gym in a cooler environment a thing that you guys may consider? Or
on lightning days and days with weather, things like that, definitely we're going to go in the gym. And then even on walk-through days and things like that, that's something we can do. But I think it's important. You got to get the kids acclimated to play in what they're going to be playing in on Friday nights. So I think as much as we can be outside, as long as we're doing it the right way, I think that's really what we need to do.
all right, that's going to be it for Coach Drake. Charles Claire. Up next, defensive coordinator Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Oh, Mike Young. Mike Young. Woods.
You can say Mike.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the. Yeah.
Don't forget that number.
Coach. Hey, Coach, what's up?
How you doing?
That's the rapper name, huh?
Yes.
Mike Woods,
Mike
defensive
Woods.
coordinator,
Ooh.
Thibodaux High School.
Ooh.
How's it going today, Coach?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Good. Ready, glad we got to get out that heat there for a minute, but yeah, going good, man.
Talk a little bit about what you've seen from KB, a guy that I saw just obviously a couple days ago, a week ago, made his college commitment. What has stood out about him as a guy that has that type of potential to go play at the next level?
The first thing you kind of notice, obviously me and Dre kind of came in around the same time, is you notice the kids that really get after and work. And KB from day one has been a kid that just put his nose to the grindstone. He's gotten a whole lot stronger. We got a brand new weight room, and he's utilized every weight we possibly could in there. And then just the coaching part, him taking the coaching, it's a different defense. It's not something that he's ran before in his high school career, and he's really got it locked in, and it's very important in our defense that our back end guys kind of know what's going on. He's been a great leader, a great mentor. We have some younger guys on defense, and he's really kind of pulled them along. It's been a real blessing to have kids like KB.
What kind of attacking style y'all want to use? Obviously, Thibodaux traditionally known for good play in the secondary, but I'm guessing you probably bring it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna run a 3-4. We're gonna throw a bunch of different stuff. And the 3-4 allows you to maneuver a lot of different things. So depending on week per week, what we got coming up, what formations they like, and what they like to do. I can draw up a perfect defense, but it doesn't mean anything if I don't know what you're more likely to do. So we're gonna put our guys in a good situation, get some pressure, and I think our linebacker group is really special, and we got some good D linemen as well.
Coach, when I'm looking at the stat sheet that you guys provided, it said that you guys only got 2 sacks last season, gave up 12. What are you guys going to be looking to do differently from the defensive side of the ball to increase that sack count?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So in any football, coverage and sacks kind of go hand in hand. So I feel really strong about our defensive backs, and as far as getting sacks there, we're going to find some creative ways to get pressure on the quarterback. We've had a lot of good quarterbacks this year, and we're going to find a way to get there and get home and get the ball back to our offense for sure.
I guess as a defensive coordinator in this district, you're used to fighting football, you're used to playing some of the best caliber talent across the state. And it doesn't get any easier. How much sleep you think you're going to be on a week-to-week basis, having to prepare for pedestrian hands and arm.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think the main thing that kind of puts my mind at ease is I'm really blessed to have a good coaching staff. Really good assistants. Mike Young's been here for a while. You got Coach Am's been here, and then Coach Dre's definitely one of the brighter offensive minds that I've been around. So really fortunate to have him. And I know if I have a question or a different scheme we're thinking about, I know he's a good source to go to.
When you mentioned trying to get creative to create some things pass rush wise,
Yeah.
How much does the experience that some of those linebackers have help that to know that you can rely on them to make some of those?
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely key. Those guys, you got Rashad Jackson, Brad Leonard, and Derek Stepper are all seniors. They've all played significant snaps. Those 3 guys really understand, and those are 3 guys that, much like KB, came in right away, and all voluntary stuff. They understand a lot of the things that I didn't have to overcoach them. They knew a lot of stuff going in, which was really good. Makes my job a whole lot easier for sure.
So I'm actually the same type. I won't say nothing about Celsius. I'm actually the same type of question I asked Drake.
Yeah.
He talked about the 90s. I played in the 90s. Thibodaux High was always known for offensive talent. We always had good defensive talent. We always had good defensive. How do you bring that back?
Well, so I think the biggest thing is, where you get that you said the swag, or where you get that confidence. Confidence comes from work, and these kids really get after it. We have a great group of kids, and as far as that, success is going to show itself. They averaged giving up 38 points last year. And something I've done with them, every single ab workout we did in the summer on that hot turf, we did 38 of everything. So they got in their minds that we're not that same team. We're not giving up 38 points. We're gonna try to relive some of them glory days.
Coach, thinking forward thinking.
Yes, sir.
The season has different levels to it. What's the defensive goal to start the season for you guys? What are you looking to make sure that you guys can control versus the things that sometimes get out of hand because of having to play young players that don't have enough in-game experience, that doesn't bring confidence and wisdom to the game of saying, hey, I may need to shed here and just be patient, and instead of just taking off and trying to find the football, what steps have you guys put in place?
Yeah, so I think the assistant coaches have done a really good job of coaching up their position as far as we have a base defense, and I feel very, very confident about that. Any type of formations or adjustment to go, I feel like we're really on that. And as far as losing yourself within the season with the young guys, I think that just comes with confidence and playing. I think we got a good young group as well. I think those guys are definitely gonna surprise some folks. Andre Jones is another outside backer that we're gonna use in some different blitzes and different things that we're gonna do with him. Is really it's really exciting when you have a kind of mixture of old and young there. But yeah, just kind of keeping them look. If things are going awry, we always have that base defense. We're not gonna have to reinvent the wheel there. Just stick to what we do best.
All right, that's going to be all for Coach Mike Woods. Next quarterback, sophomore quarterback Braden Becknell. Yeah, he's getting the right one.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of them myself. A lot of them are new. A lot of them are new.
Here.
Braden has on them fresh white New Balances, man. He cool as the other side of the pillow.
You can get started.
All right, we're going to get started with sophomore quarterback Braden Becknell. He's 5'9", 140 pounds. Welcome to the podium, Braden. Quarterback battle to start the spring. Coach Dre and company with the offensive staff felt you earned the position. What went into you building enough confidence in your coaching staff to say we have to go with Braden? Hey, just say what's from your heart, Braden. Just talk from your heart. During the quarterback battle in the spring with you and your teammate, your coaches chose you. What did you do differently to stand out, to build the confidence in your coaches?
Really just work, hard work, put in hard work in the weight room, be a leader for my younger class and teammates, stand out.
You're a Thibodaux boy, right? You've grown up here all your life, huh? So you probably come to a lot of Thibodaux games in the past. You probably seen some of the, recent quarterbacks, like just last year, Ian Rodrigue, and before him, maybe, I don't know, you remember Peyton Bombalanes, a lot of those guys. Have they reached out to you? Have you learned anything from them, knowing that, that you are the guy now here at Thibodaux High, and you've seen past quarterbacks in this position? How you think that's helped you out now?
Yeah, I actually grew up with Ian, living in the same neighborhood with him my whole life, so I learned everything about sports from him. Taught me everything I know, really.
To be named the starting quarterback and to hear Coach Dre talk about just the coaching staff's confidence in you, what they've seen from you to get to this point, how much does that mean? How much confidence does that give you to hear from them?
Yeah, that means a lot. It gives me a lot of confidence. Going into this year, I didn't really know. And I went in not even performing as well as I am now. But now that I'm like a quarterback, I got a lot more confidence. I'm doing better.
From a perception of bigger, stronger, faster, we know that every year the game gets bigger, stronger, faster. Being a sophomore, what do you have to do to keep your strength up to stay healthy during this upcoming season?
A lot of stay in the weight room, really. And you got to eat a lot of food, exercise, stay active.
When you got when Coach gave you the playbook for the first time, obviously, because it was an adjustment having to learn a whole new offense, and just how excited are you probably of the potential that y'all have on offense to show different formations, do some different things.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We got a good receiving group. The playbook was hard to learn. It was all new head coach, new offense, new everything. It was all new. It's hard, but I think we got it. Getting everything good, fast.
So I could tell from the beginning of spring to now, your confidence level has risen. Like you're more confident in knowing the playbook, knowing the system, and being a leader. So I like that growth. And how can you continue to grow?
Still gaining confidence, studying the playbook, watching film. Just keep doing the same stuff.
Yes, sir.
It's a fairly young team, a lot of last year's seniors off to college and whatnot to replace. But in every year, you have some seniors starting that line in front of you. How much did they help you as you were?
Yeah, they were a good help. Ian would go through play by play with me whenever I was a freshman and he wasn't playing on varsity. Whenever freshmen were getting reps, he would tell me everything I needed to know.
How much does veterans on the line in front of you right now, like a Skylar and company, how much did they help to have this year's seniors?
Yeah, they're really good leaders on the O-line. Yeah, they keep everybody. You don't know what they're doing. They tell you what to do. They're really good leaders.
In your opinion, how good could this team really be? What's the expectations? What do you want to see this team?
I want to make it to playoffs. I think we could. Got a good possibility. I think we could go far. You know, we're young. We got a lot of talent.
Good, bro.
All right, that's going to be it for quarterback Braden Bicknell. Up next, we have number 1, Corin Giroux. Number 3, Dominique Blanchard, junior wide receiver, as well as Corin Giroux as a junior wide receiver. Number 6, Woods, junior wide receiver. Number 12, Kyron Foltz, a sophomore wide receiver. And number 23, sophomore running back Amari Griffin. You guys can take the podium. Hey, how fellas doing today? Jared?
How excited are y'all as we get closer and closer to kicking off this season.
Very excited.
Excited to see someone else hit someone else. Excited to win.
When you guys, it's for, I'm going to give this one 12. Kyron Foles, sophomore running back. Receive, I'm sorry. When you think about all the guys that you guys lost last year that you looked up to, now it's no help. What have you done to kind of prepare yourself for this upcoming football season so that now when the spotlight shines on you, you may be able to absorb all that brings?
I mean, looking up to them is really. I was the first one coming in. Now I'm more advanced in the game, so like I hope upcoming freshman now. So like I hope my receiver group, I think we're ready for it.
Question for anyone. How has the energy been so far with Coach Trostler? And I know you guys were around the last couple of years, and what's the biggest difference so far going into the season?
I think the energy's been great since Coach got here. I feel like all the coaches just been different. Everything's different now since he came.
Tell us
What
more.
you think, Dom?
Oh yeah.
I feel like they come in and change the culture, and they don't feel this shit. They're doing a lot to really change. I just recognize just win this year.
What have been the biggest differences in terms of what y'all are these? What we should expect this offense to look like versus that?
Very explosive.
Fast
Fast paced, explosive offense.
From an offensive perspective, points limited from last season. How do you guys collectively as a group from the wide out position, how do you guys figure out a way to put more points on the board this season?
We got to catch more passes, run better routes, stuff like that.
Gotta be physical.
Be physical.
Play fast.
We got a lot of talent. We just got to play together. We got a team, and not just hold the ball at one person.
Don't be self.
Block for everything.
Hey.
This offseason, have you guys had an opportunity to talk to somebody? Obviously, this is Thibodaux, right? Y'all got tradition here. Y'all see the players in NFL that came through here before. Have y'all had a chance to reach out to any of those guys and just get some motivation from them? You know, obviously they're rooting from you guys, like in Las Vegas and
Kyron, McQuell, Trevon Reed.
you know, they used to be sitting in here like you guys are right now. So how's that inspire y'all to follow in their footsteps and try to bring Thibodaux back?
If we work like them, we could be right here right now.
Keep the hard work on. School first. School first. School first.
Great job. Who is the guy that energy is low? That everybody's hot, everybody's tired. Who's the guy that says, "Come on, guys, let's do more. We have more in the tank."
All of them. You see one down, bring them up.
What's the main thing y'all want to prove on the field?
Ready to win.
That we like that.
Yeah.
So I came from, I'm a 90s player, Thibodaux High, and we were tight. Like, we were best friends. We were brothers. Do y'all feel y'all have that right now? Like that camaraderie, that I love you. You could look to the side, you say, I love you, dude. And let's go out there and fight.
Since us being together the whole summer, our bond can close every day.
It's got to be. That's how you become a team and win. I love it.
What's been the most exciting part of the new offense? Y'all got to play with y'all starting big in there. What's been the most exciting part?
Let's know with defense every day. And practice, competing, getting better.
But our varsity plays, like once we got one set of plays, and just in one position, we got a whole lot of options.
It's also a very fast pace than other players. You know.
We got a lot of talent up there, so no matter where the ball goes, it's interesting all the time.
All right, that's it, guys.
Thank you.
Up next, O-line. Skylar Morris, senior left tackle. Carter Clement, sophomore left guard. Jackson Granier, junior center. Gary Williams, senior right guard. And Bob Bourgeois, senior right tackle. You guys can take the podium.
All right, guys, obviously you guys are the big guys up front, and in order for anything to happen successfully this year, you guys gotta protect those guys, speed guys, and open up some holes for them. Are y'all ready for that challenge?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely. That's right.
Yeah, just talk about what's the thing that y'all want to accomplish on that field this year.
Definitely.
You know, we've been working all off season. We've been working on getting low, coming off the ball. That's our main thing this year. We're just gonna come off the ball and beat guys up. It's just put somebody in the ground every play, just make somebody hurt.
And 100% to the whistle to the play's over.
And especially on pass blocks, just focus on that 4 seconds. Giving our quarterback at least 4 seconds every pass, and then we should be able to get the play off.
You a senior? He's a senior?
Yes, sir.
So you've been here for a while. Just talk about how the biggest change from previous years and how, is it better or is it more faster pace for you guys?
Much better. The work ethic in the locker room has changed, most definitely, because these demands from the out.
When you guys look at a standpoint of the offensive line has to be a collective unit, how much, I think you guys call it team bonding. How much team bonding do you guys do to really be able to get a sense of who one another are and what you're going to do in this situation or how you adjust to other situations that may happen within the blocking schemes and techniques and pointing out the Mike linebacker or the blitzer? How have you guys been able to team bond to be able to give a better job this year?
So like we make like calls and stuff. Like I'll call like the mic out, or like if somebody's pulling, they'll make a call about it. So like we help each other out, we make calls and stuff.
Just as much as us being family, I feel like this is the closest O-line I've been in. I'm gonna be in my senior year, and so I've been here all 4 years. This is the closest I've ever felt, especially just as the whole team, especially with the O-line. We went to lineman camp. We were there for 4 days. We were just staying overnight at Nichols for 4 days, and we really just came close. And we're all a big family now. We could really call each other brothers, and like we all just have that, pick each other up, help them out, get them right.
Yeah, and not just like on the field, making sure we're all coordinated, like as a O-line, working as one unit, but like even like at home, we have a group chat. We all joke around with each other.
Like we stay in contact.
Yeah,
all the
we stay in
time.
contact all the time.
All right, so this is what I've been waiting for, the big boy. Obviously, I was an offensive lineman in the 90s at Thibodaux High. And Jackson, I'll tell you one thing. Better wear that 77 proud, bro. But listen, y'all are the heart of the offense, right? Y'all make the offense go. You could have the best quarterback, the best running back, the best receivers, but they don't do nothing without a good offensive line. So y'all remember that. And Jackson and Skylar, how does it feel being voted captains by your teammates?
It feels great knowing that like people like they support us. They like the younger guys that like look after us, and like we'll always help them out. Like if they mess something up, we'll always like help them out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a team captain ever since my freshman year. I always imagined myself just helping everybody on the team, and that's my main thing. I want to have a connection with everybody all the way down to the incoming freshman, and that's what I feel like I've accomplished. I feel like they can see me as their friend, and I could be somebody that can mentor them through high school, and hopefully just give them good advice they'll take on later in life.
Particularly with the young quarterback getting comfortable behind y'all, I mean, y'all are the veteran position group of the offense. What are some things y'all have done or can do to help him along in his confidence and progression?
So we always have our slide calls and stuff like that, and we've always talked to him about it. So we always are helping them out, whether we got to slide left, slide right, which I need my Mike linebacker is Jackson's job now. He'll call out the mic, so we'll all take responsibility of that to take some weight off of his shoulders. So he'll just be able to play his game and show how good he is.
Yeah, definitely. Back to what I was talking about earlier about how we need to buy him time. If he's very talented, but I mean, stepping up playing varsity as a sophomore, that takes a lot. And if we could just really buy him time and make the pocket as a chill, so he's not having to worry about running out the pocket, dodging defenders and stuff, pressures and stuff. He could just really show how good he is if we just give him the time.
The skill guys are talking about how much faster this offense is going to be, and sometimes that's a big adjustment for the linemen. What's that been like getting ready for that in Louisiana Heat all summer?
It's been rough, but we've been pushing through it.
Yeah,
We'll have some rough days here and there, but we've been pushing through it all the time.
We've been getting in a lot of conditioning. Like with in the past, we've never ran this hard, never worked this hard. It's just a new work ethic around here. So us having all that work and put into us, we're gonna be good during the season. We're gonna be all right.
especially with conditioning starting early in the summer. The first couple of weeks it was hard. It was really hard, but I've been feeling good, and I've been wanting to run, kind of, Yeah, running feels good. running feels good now. You usually it's like a daunting task. You don't want to do it, but I mean, running it feels good, and especially with our faster offense, all the work definitely paid off. We're gonna be able to be good at being fast.
When you guys look at the fact that last season just was not a good season, you guys called it a wash. Everybody comes to the games to see the quarterback, the running back. They want to see the wide outs, do the deep 9 routes. But you guys are really the heart and soul of the offensive unit, especially you, Skylar. Personally being the left tackle, the guy that protects the quarterback's blind side, what has been the joyous moment from spring to summer, lineman camp, up until this moment? What most excites you about it?
It's just being in that team experience and having just a great work ethic around me. I feel like our team has really changed from last year because nobody wants to be 4-6. Nobody does, and that's really what motivates me every day. Is do I really want to be 4-6? If I need to do that extra rep so we aren't 4-6 because nobody wants to be 4-6. It's just not where we want to be. So it's just a different change mentality around here, and with everything that's new, it's just a great new culture around here. And that's what I love about it. I love this year, out of all the years I've been here, it feels so great to be on an actual football team. I feel like this is the closest high school experience I'm gonna get. So that's what I really love about this new incoming culture.
All right, thanks, Skylar, Carter, Jackson, and Gary. Up next is the defensive secondary, Lawrence Bagheera, Tyler England, Kamon Foles, and Spencer Conrad. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today? That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, you start off kind of easy. It's August now. Scrimmage is fast approaching. Season's fast approaching. Just what's the energy like around this building or around practices as y'all ramp this thing up and know that's getting close?
Oh, yes, sir. Every single day we have practice, getting hype with our teammates. We're doing all the chemistry we need to be ready for this season.
We basically just having a good time, just trying to build chemistry up, trying to get build the chemistry and stuff.
It's different from last year for sure. I feel like we're more invested as a team, and we just ready to show everybody that the losing season that we've been having is different now. It's a change.
Yeah, the energy level is really high this year because we're feeding off of each other and we keep building each other up every day. Every time we show up.
Obviously, a lot of pride in the positions y'all played over the years. Just talk about putting on that uniform. Y'all been all y'all seniors, right? So got some juniors in there.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Got some of it.
Yeah, one sophomore, two juniors, and one senior.
So like you say, y'all, a lot of pride. Last year, obviously y'all played some really good competition. Talk about what y'all learned from, and how tough is it, going up against, some of the top state athletes like this on every night.
So what I learned out there, like when I was from switching middle school to high school, like JV to varsity, it's a big change. But I got my dogs right here, and they have my back and all. So it's really easy to do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's easy. We've been with each other for a while, even though coming from different middle schools, playing against each other. I mean, that just built us up coming to high school and do our thing.
Every week facing different competition, it really lets me know that every game we gotta bring out even, because if not, we're gonna get embarrassed. So every game for sure is a different take.
Yeah, teamwork is a big aspect of what we're gonna do, and I just feel like we build off of each other and we can use each other to be better every day.
Earlier, Coach Trosclair talked about winning the games against the Division 2, 3, 4, and 5 teams that you guys may play, seeing that you guys are in the Division 1 roundtable. What do you guys, being that most teams play the spread now, you're the primary defenders within the spread. How do you guys as a unit come together to make sure that you're getting the ball back to the offense as much as possible?
Well, we play one of the hardest positions on the game, so we really got to trust each other to make those big plays. And the offense, the D linemen, the linebackers, they trust in us to make those plays, so it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I feel like our chemistry just keep building up, and we're gonna keep building our chemistry. Just gonna keep building our chemistry.
We gotta win every day. Like in the weight room, in a practice, at practice, like we have to compete. We have to win every day, and the rest gonna handle itself.
Like you said, we gotta win in practice every day. The wide receivers do a great job of making us work every day, and we just keep building each other up, and we don't stop working.
What is that intensity level, competition level like in practice? Kyron specifically said when they get to hit big plays on y'all is the best part of anything going on right now.
Yeah, and they barely do it. We lighten up offense every day. But yeah, we got some good receivers. We got some good receivers. They make us work for sure.
I feel like we making them work, so I feel like we making them work. So yeah.
Our receivers did every play on beat us, so we gotta really lock in. Because as soon as they make a play on us, they're gonna let us hit it for sure.
Yeah, we feed off each other's energy. So if we do something good, we hype, and if they do something good, they hype. So we just keep going.
So I watched the spring game and the defense was on. Y'all was balling. So that makes the offense better. So that it's a team. So you work hard and you make each other better. But how would it feel to y'all to bring that winning tradition back to Thibodaux High?
That's what my goal is since I came here as a freshman. I want to make a big difference. I want to change the culture. Everybody in Thibodaux, I love us. I want us to be known. I want them to look at us and be like, oh God, we got to play Thibodaux this week. Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like the more we win, the more time we're gonna get to come in. Like the pedestrians and all that, the more time we want to come to Thibodaux.
Just to piggyback on what Lawrence said, ever since I came to Live, winning hasn't really been a thing. So I know how to feel for the stands to be empty while we was playing. So I just want the whole city to have our back, and as soon as we start winning, it's gonna come in for sure.
Yeah, they said it all pretty much. We want to be on top. We want to be winning games, and just we gotta put in the work.
During the 2020 season, I was able to come to a few games here at Thibodaux to watch, the Kyron Lacey's and companies. Come on, you're the only guy of the secondary group that was here then as a freshman. Remember, if you can recollect, do you remember what the atmosphere was like when those guys were in practice getting after each other on the defensive side of the ball, trying to stop the big receivers that they had back then down?
So it was different for sure. Every practice, it was something new because guys were ready to compete. And when you playing defense against someone like Kyron Lacey, who got full start, all the offers and all that, you gotta bring your A game because if not, you can get embarrassed.
How do you guys get the offensive receivers to, just from what you just said, that to comprehend that every day they got to come and bring that fire to you guys, to challenge you guys to be able to get better on the defensive side of the ball in coverage so that you guys can grow as well? And that is especially for the sophomore and the two juniors.
We got to talk to each other. We got to show them that we're not gonna mess around in practice and we're gonna make them work harder just so they could beat us. Because if they beat us, they gonna want to talk. They gonna want to get out our heads or whatever, and we're gonna want to do the same thing back.
Yeah, communication is a big thing. We've been working on communication and practice and stuff, and that just keeps getting better every day. So let's keep on.
KB, you had a chance to make a college commitment 9 days ago. What stood out about the relationships there, the opportunity? How much does that mean to know that you guys have big expectations here this year, but you have a home at the next level as well?
It felt good. Like it was really, to me, it was love at first sight. Like the energy, the people there was just amazing. And ever since, like out of my 3 offers, North Alabama was the only one who was like really showing me love, communicating with me every day. So it was really a no-brainer, and I'm excited to do that for sure.
I also would actually like to say, how tough is it, to be first starting over? I know he's been motivating you throughout your life, and I think when you and I think there was probably nobody more excited than him.
It's a gift from the curse having somebody like my own 21st. But like I love him to death for sure, and I don't think I would have made it this far without him. So,
Jared, Chris. All right. We want to thank Lawrence, Tyler, Kaman, and Spencer. You guys are off the podium, man. Up next is sophomore inside linebacker Andre Jones, senior inside linebacker Derek Stepter. Rashad Jackson, senior outside linebacker Derek Stepter, and senior outside linebacker Brad Leonard comes to the podium. What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? The 4.
Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Don't blink.
Who's the guy with the stone body? You can't make a Marvel mention. You can't make a Marvel mention and not know the character.
I really got the stone body. I really got the stone body. I'm not fine right now.
Okay.
How y'all doing today?
Swagged out.
You already know.
I see you.
I see myself.
Man, you guys probably have one of the main responsibilities of a defensive group, and that is to be able to determine whether it's a run or a pass, whether it's pass first or read option. Like, it's a lot of stuff that you guys have to read and keys. How have you guys been working to build toward that throughout this tough, grueling spring and summer?
Every day at practice, we tend to focus on our main role as linebackers. We always focus on what our responsibilities is and improving that every time we are at practice. Our coach helps us understand more and more every day of what we need to do in order to prepare for the game that is coming into the season.
Yeah, coming off of what he said, I just feel like our coach has really just elevated everything from last year. It's just everything just got better. Once they came and they pushed us to be better players as a whole, it just came in and they just firing them. So,
I feel like each and one of our games has definitely developed, got smarter with our coach, which was himself, helping us like read different plays, our keys, and just understanding what it be on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like that's how we dominate a lot. Come on, Drew.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like with the new coaches coming in, we actually learn how to do better things and get better every day. We work on it, and I feel like we are going to do good this year.
What's been the, obviously everybody talks about not making the playoffs last year and everything. Did that leave a bad taste in your mouth? And maybe that motivated y'all going to this year?
It definitely left a bad taste, but it's not a taste that I'm not gonna keep in my mouth. Cause like it is what it is. It's a new year, new coach, new team. But I got something. Just stay tuned. All of them will get one.
You know, like Rashad said, we don't want to be that team that's mediocre. We want to be a great team. You know, that's what our coaches instill in us every day. Our practice, workouts, we just coming in, we just working.
Like Rashad said, we're not gonna envy off of it. We're gonna improve and become better. You know, we're gonna have high hopes for this new season coming into the game.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We're gonna get past in the past, and we're gonna focus on the new season.
A couple of y'all's teammates mentioned the high level of potential y'all see in yourself, and that it can be a team that gets back to the playoffs and makes some noise potentially. What would that mean, especially for a senior-heavy position group here, to be a part of that, to be a part of establishing that and leaving that as you head off?
It'll be real big. Because it's been a while since Thibodaux has been to the playoffs. But I feel like with the selective group we got, we probably can go farther in the playoffs. We just got to believe in ourselves, our team, and believe in the process. And I feel like we're going to do it.
You know, we want to install that inside young guys too. You know, we go to the playoffs, we want to make that like a, you know, that's a Thibodaux thing. You know, Thibodaux's going to be in the playoffs every year. We want to, you know, build our program up, you know.
We just want to improve things and give our younger guys motivation to coming into playing football for Thibodaux High. Each season, we want to always continue to be great and improve each other no matter what. So whenever we leave from here, we'll continue to see their greatness.
Yeah, I feel like with our older guys, they've improved a lot for the 3 years that they've been here. And us, me being young, I'm gonna continue to improve, and we got a lot of potential this year.
So besides the new coaching staff, what do y'all think is different this year at Thibodaux High football?
Basically, the whole energy level. Because I think everybody just should have got hungry and humble to where everybody won't give 100%. Everybody won't be that dog. Everybody won't be the top class, you know. So I feel like everybody just got that in their system now, so we could really elevate as a team if everybody come together. It'd be great.
We all just came in after the season. We didn't want to lose like that. We don't want to, you know, lose by 30 points every game. Let's just, you know, coming in and people scoring 40 on us. That's not the type of defense we want to be. And we're not gonna let that happen again.
Just having that time from last season, we want to very much improve on that. All our players are really starting to come together as one. Not everybody's trying to just be individual teammates. Everybody's trying to work together to improve. Yeah, no for everybody else too.
Yeah, I feel like everything has changed with the new coaches coming in, with the way they run things a lot more professionally, and gets teammates actually excited to do things.
From a defensive perspective, having a new defensive coordinator, some new defensive coaches, what do you guys learn the most so far about the new defense that you guys are going to have to be performing in that makes you guys confident that you guys are going to be progressively getting better as the season passes?
So, like, the defense we have this year, we have set keys and set things that we have to read in order for us to know where the ball goes. I feel like if everybody as a unit focus on one read and know what everything is and how the offense is going, then everybody will be on time, everybody will be on spot, and defense will be on point. And then
You know, I just feel like when Coach Woods he giving everything. He's calling us, you know, out of class, you know.
alternatively going this last year, we was looking at everything from last year, trying to just build off of that and just improve everything as a whole. And we got a lot of ball players that can really go this year. DBs, we got Jamon Folks, we got Tyler England, Orange Maker, all those guys, Spencer, they can all go and cover anybody. Just, come to the season, play with some guys.
Once Coach Woods had came to become our defensive coach, I feel like he had gained a lot of respect and a lot of truthfulness with our players, and he motivates us to keep pushing and improve every day. Every time we're in practice, he helps us out whenever we're lost, and if we need something, we'll go ask him. That will always confidence every time we step on the field.
Yeah, I feel like Coach Woods came and built a relationship with his defensive teammates early, got our respect. At practice, we respect him, we listen to him, get better, and learn a little bit of everything. Ain't nothing new.
I got more questions for you. I like to say, especially you, Rashad. I mean, I watched you all summer, man. You got to rub elbows with some grace from Thibodaux, like the market. I mean, when they had the camp here, Meek Robinson camp. How did those guys inspire you? You see guys on the NFL level now, and they probably get people. How did they inspire you?
When I see people come from my area and they go from, it's only just showing anybody it's possible. It just take hard work, dedication, and you just gotta believe in yourself. I feel like that carries a long way with the younger generation. Instead of looking in the streets or anywhere else to find something to get out, there's always opportunities for everybody. But when I do see them big guys, it motivates me a lot because I know a lot of people wish they was in my situation, or a lot of people wish they had the opportunity to play football. So I always take that advantage of it. And I will be there one day. One day I will.
I'm gonna hold you tonight.
Oh, you do.
You know I will.
You go. We go hold it together.
Chris. Hey man, we want to thank Andre, Rashad, Derek, and Brad who coming with that Hey, up next are the Trench guys, man. Senior defensive tackle Jace Robertson, sophomore Charles Howard at the defensive end, and senior Austin Jones and junior Roland Vine. What's up, fellas? Say, y'all got and this is not a bad thing, but y'all have a hard road to till since Brad said that the defensive linebackers was coming with that, What y'all got for us, man?
Well, I mean, I feel like that is more their job to do, to do that, But like you said, we just kind of there, fill up the gaps, do our job, make sure that they're able to make those plays and do all that.
We get these opportunities and all the opportunities and all the openings for them, make a pile, get them in the backfield, or they can play ourselves, something like that.
Well, obviously, you guys up front, I got the new 3-4, right? Yeah. So, any adjustments, changes that we could expect with the new defensive scheme? Has it been hard to pick up?
No, I think Coach Young, our position coach, has been doing pretty good to fit us in there. Got a good rotation between all of our defensive guys going in, make sure we all good and still working out practice, still working out in the games.
Y'all spoken yet to the energy level around this program right now? Everybody's mentioned that Coach Drake comes in with a lot of energy. It seems like y'all are working closely with a guy like Rashad, who clearly has a lot of energy. Just what's the mood, energy level, personality around this building on a day-to-day basis when we're not here?
Man, when he get hyped, we all get hyped. Like when he get up there,
I get mad, you get mad, y'all in there.
Yeah, energy levels at all-time high recently. You know, we got Coach Ray coming in a lot more energy. Coach Williams, all the new coaches coming in a lot more energy. Rashad, every day before practice, coming onto the field, hollering, screaming, doing something to get us all hyped up in the right mood for practice. So yeah, good energy around the whole squad.
Do y'all remember a moment early in the off season where that clicked, where you saw for the first time, oh, it's different over here?
I think like the difference between the different coaches and the different things that they do helped us change and get better just as a team.
When you look at last year's team, not a lot of sacks were created from a defensive line perspective. When you look at all the other groups that came before you guys, they talking about how it feels like a different culture, a greater place to be in the Thibodaux locker room, in the Thibodaux weight room, you know, just in team bonding situations. How do you guys create more sacks this season to help the offense stay on the field more?
Well, I really feel like last year our D-line was really young. Most of us here were juniors, sophomores, freshmen like that. You know, got the new coaches coming in. They've been pushing us way harder than the last coaches, putting in a lot more work. And I feel like now that we're all a little bit older, we've been putting some more work in. I feel like we can only get better from last year. And I just feel like it's only up from there.
So back in my day, I used to punish guys like you just saying. But I'm gonna ask y'all the same thing. How, besides the new coaches, what do y'all feel is different about Thibodaux High football these days?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the connection between all of us players, defense and offense, I feel like we've been doing a lot more stuff outside of school than I feel like we were doing my younger days over here playing football. And, you know, I just feel like with that connection, it translates to the field, and we've been doing a lot better.
What are some of the things that y'all do if y'all aren't in football mode or in studying mode or whatever? What's something that y'all like to do together?
You know, we go out, you know, go do stuff. There's plenty of stuff to do around here in Thibodaux. We could usually just go play basketball. Sometimes we just go hoop, you know, get our mind off football, still go and do some stuff together, make sure we stay together. We go eat out all the time. Yeah, gym outside of school, we do that too.
When you look at this upcoming season, all the things you've been asked to do, how do you fulfill your mission and complete your mission of getting to Porter Street?
I say we go a lot harder in practice, really learn the plays and everything, and make sure our chemistry is up there, and we just make sure we do all our jobs. Do even better, like 100% every game, like our last game.
Yeah, I feel like we got real high standards for us this year, and just the way everything's been going, I think we could go even beyond that. Honestly, everything's been clicking at practice. It's that simple.
I see you guys right now, y'all look calm, but can y'all flip that switch when the lights come on? Can y'all get in
Oh, it's a whole different mode, you know, whole different mode. When we get on the field, you know, we all getting hyped, we all, you know, pregame in the locker room, we all getting locked in, we bumping music loud as could be. We get on that field, we do our little chants and all. It's a whole different mode. We calm right now, but the field is different.
Jared?
Follow up to that, man. Music before the game. What are y'all listening to? If you had to pick one artist who's getting you most hyped and ready to flip that switch.
I got the artist one. We usually bump like Young Boy, you know, Kevin Gates. Got plenty of artists that just, you know, they're good at getting that hype music, get us all in our mode. Yeah.
No old school, no old school Tupac, DMX.
No one really on the team into that. When I get my alone time, I get my AirPods in. You know, I'm listening.
No Alanis Morissette. Maybe that was just me back in the day. Nah, just kidding, man. Hey, this is gonna conclude the Thibodaux High School Tigers football media day. We'd like to thank Jared Roser for coming. We'd like to thank Chris Singleton, and we'd like to congratulate Chris as well in this new position at Nichols. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. We'd like to thank Jerome Richard. And for Off the Bench Sports Prep News, reporting is Hobart Grayson. Thank you guys. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.